Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Helps.
It's on at your height?
At the height I'm sitting.
So 6'4".
Well, the height I'm sitting at.
Yeah, we are live.
Live! It's Monday Fun Day.
It's Monday. I don't know. Are you tired today?
No, I've actually got some sleep this week. Weekend.
Morning crank of blues.
Yeah.
No,
I had the weekend off. That was nice.
How long has it been?
Oh, gosh. To have a whole weekend off has been a long, long time coming.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does feel like it's been a while that you've had a weekend off.
I want to say around October, maybe.
Was it
last
really
year?
that? Wow.
Last time I had 2 days off in a row.
Well, I mean, you're a hardworking man. That's part of it, right?
That is. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, well, welcome to Morning Crankers. It's March 24th, and I hope you're feeling good this morning. I'm a little bit,
I'm a little bit more energetic because, like I said, I was off all weekend.
Well, that's good.
I got some shut-eye finally.
I mean, sometimes it takes a while to, like, recover after you've been, working a lot. We went to the lake yesterday and had a good time. I wanted to go check out Stockton and see what it's looking like. Water was really low, man, really low.
Oh, yeah. They haven't had much rain probably up that way.
Well, I don't know what it is, but you could, like, literally see it. And the girls like going there and looking at shells and stuff like that.
Right.
But I'm just thankful that we have this kind of weather that we can actually be out enjoying things.
Right.
Just a couple of weeks ago, it was freaking cold. Do you remember that?
It was cold, and we went to tornadoes, and then we went to great
thunderstorms, thunder snows.
Yeah, even thunder snow with a little bit of ice. Maybe.
Thunder snow.
I think we've had a little bit of every weather this month.
It was. And, when I was a kid, I don't remember them saying thunder snow.
I don't either.
You know what I'm saying? Thunder.
No.
It must be a new thing.
Could be.
It's National Cocktail Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite cocktail?
Zero. I'm not a big cocktail fan. Never was when I drank.
I can see you as a kitty cocktail drinker.
Kitty cocktail.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Yeah. I felt bad earlier. He gets here and the kids are in the bathroom and he's going to the bathroom outside. And I was like, hey. He's like, yeah. And I was like, don't you know that's illegal? And he's like, what? And I said, touching a little boy's pee-pee.
Whoa.
I'm talking about yours, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay,
yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I get you now.
Anyways, I mean, that's just Monday morning humor.
Yeah.
It is.
Gotta wake up a little bit here.
It's also National Cheesesteak Day, and I know you like cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody that doesn't like cheesesteak?
Yeah.
Who?
I know a few people.
They don't like cheesesteak?
Yeah.
So they don't like America.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty much, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
There is some awesome I've had really, really good cheesesteak, but then I've also had the kind that...
Bland.
Well, it's bland and it's not juicy.
I agree.
I think cheesesteaks, some people will disagree with me
Depends
on
on
this.
how it's made.
Well, I actually like it when you dip it in au jus.
Mm.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
And some people like a whole bunch of peppers. Like, I want the right amount of peppers and onions in
I don't
mine.
want to overdo it.
Yeah, and I like them cut, in little pieces,
Super
not,
thin.
Big ones.
Yeah.
I want them bread style, not hand style.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's right.
It's also, and I don't know how many people are into this, but it's National Chocolate-Covered Raisin Day. Okay. I'm a big chocolate-covered raisin fan.
I'm a raisin fan of chocolate-covered raisins, but not a big fan.
You're not a big, so you just kind of like it?
I kind of like them, but I would eat them. I like Raisinets.
Oh, okay. Well, Raisinets, I mean, they're kind of one of the, middle of the road ones for me.
Who's your favorite?
Actually, the ones they sell at Wally's.
Not Wally World, right?
No, not Wally World. I'm talking about Wally's, the gas station, the great big gas station.
Now, I don't know Wally's. See, you keep telling me about Wally's, but I haven't been to one.
So I went to one the other day. I was so disappointed, man. I go in there, And, I usually stop in and I'll grab a soda or a coffee and then a bag of, chocolate-covered raisins.
There you go.
Get regular bag of, like, let's say you're in Casey's and you go to get a bag. What are they, $3.29?
Yeah, expensive.
Yeah, well, it was $8.79 at Wally's for a bag of chocolate-covered raisins.
Wow.
But you know what I wanted to do today?
What's that?
I wanted to tell people why you should not feel guilty about eating chocolate-covered raisins.
No.
Do you want to know why?
Because there's some health benefits inside.
There's a lot of health benefits, okay? Like, if you bring up a Snickers, some people say, well, there's nuts in it.
Yep, I hear that all the time.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
well, there's nuts in a turd, too. It doesn't mean that you're...
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, they are a great source of antioxidants. Did you know that?
Did not know that.
Chocolate-covered raisins are a great source of dietary fiber. And when you get to be your age, dietary fiber is important, right?
It is. Yeah.
It can keep your bowels regular and maintain healthy cholesterol levels.
Well, that's good.
How's your cholesterol level?
My cholesterol levels lately have been going up and down.
Yeah, well, I thought you had very steady cholesterol levels, a little elevated, but nothing to worry about.
Yeah, it's where it's at. It's a little elevated, but not that bad.
Okay.
That's what my doctor said. So.
You know what it is? You need a good woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What it is.
Yeah, I mean, you go out, work, you make the money, you come home, beautiful, clean house, you get to go hang out with them, go do stuff with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to find.
Oh, yeah.
So, ladies, go ahead and introduce yourself, Greg.
Oh, my name is Greg. I'm 6'4".
Okay, 6'4".
232.
232? 6'4", 232?
Yeah, I've lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, you're a ginger.
And I'm a ginger.
Gray ginger.
With a little pepper now.
So if you call, you're going pepper?
I'm going pepper. That's what everybody else says.
Okay, well, if you were a king, what would you name yourself?
King Gret, I guess. Right?
I would call you Gred, the Ginger Gray.
Ooh, okay.
Do you like that?
Gred, the Ginger Gret. It makes me sound reptilian.
Well, here's the thing. It's Triple G.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Triple G. Gred.
Okay.
The Ginger G.
Oh, okay.
Gray. So it's Triple G.
Oh, that's right.
You want to go on a date with Triple G?
Yeah.
Gred, the Ginger Gray. Yeah. You know what? We could write a song about it. You know what? Maybe we will. It's not going to be this Hump Day song.
Right.
Because we already got that one planned out.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we should do an extra.
But I think that song's about me, too.
That's what we're going to do. All right. I'm here. You just keep talking. I'm going to write this down just for a second.
Oh, please. Don't do that. No, I was just going to say, our song for Hump Day this week is a lot to do with me, too. But I can't give it away yet.
No, don't give it away. They're going to love it, though.
It's some good, sweet stuff. That's all I'm going to give you that.
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
So they have only 80 calories per serving. Okay. That's pretty good.
That's not bad for a candy.
Now, tell me if you've had this issue. And I know I'm diabetic. I'm not supposed to do it, but I really like Highland Dairy.
Yeah.
And their square chocolate jug.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I've got one sitting in the freezer at home.
Okay, so I was looking at that. I grabbed one today. I'm at a gas station way up by the lake.
Right.
I stop and I grab one. And here it is. Is that your
That's not my phone.
Oh, it's not. Oh, you know what that is? That's one of the girls'.
Oh, one of the girls left her phone in the studio.
Yeah, no, it's not the phone. It's their iPad thing.
Oh, the iPad thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so I go in there and I grab the square jug, and this happens way more than it should.
Right.
I grab it. I don't look at the date on it. I'm driving. I'm 15 miles away from there, and I look at it. I opened it, and I was like, something doesn't smell right. I looked down. It was March 17th.
Wow.
Drink by. Does that ever happen to you with those?
Yeah.
Okay, now why is that? I need to understand why that is.
I don't know. I just think that they think they can sell out before they have to pull them off the shelf.
Well, that wouldn't be Highland Dairy's fault. That would be the gas station's fault,
I would
wouldn't
think
it?
so, yeah.
Yeah, because, I'm sure it's been there, but yeah, anyways.
That happened with me at Casey's. Well, I don't want to.
Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, all places do it. So.
Well, hey, we need to call people out that need to be called out.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I buy a lot of it from Casey's. I drink a lot of it from Casey's, but occasionally, and more often than it should happen, I get a bad one.
Every once in a while.
This gas station I was at today was a Phillips 66.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you see what I'm so? But anyways, so when I went to pour it out, it was chunky.
Yeah, it's got curd in it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a cheese curd type of guy.
So yeah,
but I've never had a good chocolate cheese curd. You know what I'm saying? Also, they can help you maintain healthy blood pressure. I'm talking about chocolate-covered raisins.
That's good.
The fiber in chocolate raisins can help reduce your blood pressure. A study published in the Journal of Human Hypertension found that people who ate more high-fiber foods had lower blood pressure than people who ate low-fiber foods. Well, what do you think?
I think that's makes sense.
Well, okay, so now we'll go back to the square, okay? Now, I love that stuff, and there's a reason that it's really good tasting. You want to know what it is?
What's that?
I drink one of those squares for, like, lunch or, whatever, right? You do too, right?
Yeah.
It's got 800 calories.
Wow.
I didn't know that till I started looking at it today.
I haven't gained too much from it, I'll tell you.
No, well, I'm never going to give up on whole milk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to give up on chocolate milk.
Yeah.
I'm never going to give up on bacon. I got a whole list of, I don't care what the doctor says, food that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're not always right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're going to get to that, okay?
Oh, yeah.
They're packed with iron. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Raisins are really good. And
raisins are really good on iron.
I'll tell you, women over 51 and men over 70 need extra on iron. Every single one of us.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah. We need more than most.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is eat chocolate-covered raisins and don't feel guilty about it.
I don't.
It's not a guilty pleasure.
Trust me. I don't.
Okay, this is probably the only superfood
Yeah.
that I can say is, but don't tell the kids I got them.
Right.
'Cause then they're going to be gone.
Then they're going to be gone. Yeah.
Right.
Forget about it. You can hide them all you want. They'll find them.
Eating raisins regularly can help you lose weight.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did you know that?
Did not know that.
It all comes down to fiber, man.
It does.
This is not an English propaganda article. It says they may even protect your eyesight.
Huh.
What do you think of that?
That I did not know.
It says it reduces the risk of macular degeneration.
Nice.
Which is, a common cause of blindness in adults.
Right.
So they don't know why, though. It could be linked to the high amount of antioxidants in raisins. It makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It makes
sense. Could be
sense.
the protein, too. I always say a lot of people don't get enough protein. That's why they have bad eyesight, too.
Yeah. That, and I mean, when you stare at a phone screen all day, I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
True.
And we've got a story about that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's also rich in vitamin E. Okay?
Yeah.
It's important. Do you know what vitamin E does for you?
It's the skin, ain't it?
Oh, hair growth.
Hair growth.
And it also boosts your immune system.
Okay.
And it also lowers your risk of developing certain types of cancer.
Nice. Okay. That's a good thing, though.
Yeah. And so overall, it supports brain health and vision.
Good.
Strengthens your bones. Heart health support. It boosts your mood and energy. This is all clinical facts, brother.
This is like everything it's saying is no negatory.
Yes. So you see what I'm saying?
So, guys, if you ever want a good, what they call junk food, this sounds like it. Raisins.
Okay. So
chocolate-covered raisins.
No, there's another one, and I actually like them. Some people don't. Chocolate-covered yogurt raisins.
I'm not big on yogurt.
I know everything that's healthy you don't like, but have you ever given it a shot?
I have.
Come on! Don't lie to the listeners.
I will not lie to the listeners. I have tried those because the wife had me try them.
And
the late wife, and I tried them, and I was like, I don't really care for them.
What didn't you like about them?
She said it must have been because they had yogurt on them. I didn't tell you what was on them.
See, what I didn't want to do here is I was scared to tell you the health benefits of chocolate-covered raisins because I thought if I did, you'd quit eating them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, anyways. Speaking of that, an all-time great passed away on Saturday.
Yeah. Another sad passing of another great boxer.
I'm a huge boxing fan.
Yep.
I'm a huger, the new word.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a huger fan of George Foreman.
Yes.
Okay. One of the most dominant fights he ever had, was Smoking Joe Frazier. Remember that?
Yep.
George Foreman knocked Smoking Joe Frazier down 6 times.
Yeah.
Now, you want to know what's funny about that fight? I've watched him and listened to him talk about that fight.
Yeah.
He only feared one fighter ever, and it wasn't Muhammad Ali.
And it was him.
It was George. George Foreman was afraid of Smoking Joe Frazier.
Yep.
And he goes in and does that. What do you think about it?
I think it's awesome. It tells you how much respect he had for Smoking Joe Frazier.
Well, he says that's probably why he knocked him down so fast, was because he was afraid of him.
Wow.
So he was like nervous and wanted to make every shot count.
Yeah.
You know, and then he comes back 45 years old.
Yep.
I believe it was against Michael Moore.
Yeah.
That he knocked Michael Moore out and reclaimed the world championship belt at 45 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, very few. Especially
was it him or was it Tommy Morrison?
Who's that?
He was the guy, I want to say Tommy Morrison played in one of the Rocky movies.
Oh, he did, but he was also a boxer.
But he was also a boxer, but I want to say he had the championship, and I thought Foreman was the one that knocked him out.
Yeah, well, I'm wrong. I think it was Michael Moore. Look that up.
Oh God!
Just so we can get this right, I'm pretty sure he won the belt from Michael Moore. But anyways, then he was a pastor, and I mean, he did a lot of good for a lot of people. They actually found him. Okay, he only trained for a year and a half and won a gold medal at the Olympics.
Wow!
Do you know how they found him?
How?
They caught him in an armed robbery.
Huh.
And a guy saw him in jail and said, hey, I want you to train for this. And the guy literally turned his life around.
Wow.
It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful story. Kind of like bad, rowdy, criminal to, respected by so many people. Love George Foreman. Passes away at 76 years old. Boxing legend, just a legend of a man and legend in entrepreneurism.
You were correct, Hans.
Was that right? Okay.
It was Michael Moore.
Okay.
And he was throwing one perfect combination to steal Michael Moore's title in an epic upset.
Yeah, it was a big upset. Yep. I mean, I remember watching it.
At 45 years of age. That's amazing.
Well, I think about it now. You get them pains every frickin' day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about pain. And I mean, you're a little bit older than me, but we're in the same kind of category.
Yeah.
You're
still a young pup.
It's, oh, man. Like, you wake up, and some days you're like, all right, what the hell did I do to my neck? Or, you know what I mean? Did I throw my back out?
Yeah.
Oh, why is my knee inflamed?
Yeah.
And then
you'll wake up with kinks in your neck.
Yeah.
I think the worst one was the one I had this morning after I woke up was felt like a pulled muscle in my back of my leg.
Right.
I hate that. That's nothing worse than that.
Yeah. What do you do? I mean, maybe I didn't drink enough water.
Yeah, and that's when you go to the fridge, and that's what I did. It got me a cold water real quick.
Yeah. If you were sitting in an old folks' home, you'd be like, pass the Metamucil.
Glad I'm not sitting there.
Yeah. Not yet. Anyways,
I
how
don't
it is.
plan on it.
Anyways,
I'm on a beat time.
Yes. Another one of the greats, man. It seems like they're dropping like flies.
They are.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially the boxers.
Right. I mean, if you remember, George Foreman was the one that said, if he was talking about Macho Camacho, you remember him?
Yeah.
And Macho Camacho had disrespected another boxer's wife. You remember that?
Yep.
And he said, I'm going to slap him silly. You remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
And Macho Camacho ran. I mean, he ran. It is what it is, but we're going to miss him.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Thank goodness we have the memories. You know what I'm saying?
No kidding. And they'll be so unforgettable to me.
Oh, absolutely. Did you hear about the new Gmail upgrade?
No, I haven't.
Okay, Gmail has 3 billion, that's with a B.
Yeah.
3 billion users.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're bringing in the new AI. What do you think about AI?
I I like it in some things, but other things I don't.
Okay, so Google and Gmail are going to usher in their new AI, which is supposed to be, it's like having your own co-pilot.
Right.
Writing your AI.
I got you.
Okay, so they're basically going to, it's like a hound. They're going to let it off, and it's going to attack OneDrive.
Yeah.
If you notice that, they're always like, oh, push it to OneDrive. Let OneDrive have it. So all the photos and things like that are going to OneDrive, right?
Yeah.
So you're not going to have a choice. You're not going to be able to use the AI and turn down its terms of service.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to accept its terms of service, and then its AI, the OneDrive AI, gets to go through all your search history ever, gets to use all your pictures, your videos, your typed in search bars, everything. And it's supposed to be for your personalized settings.
Oh.
What do you think about that? I mean, this is going to affect a lot of people.
I think, I think that's kind of wrong because I think it's like, seems like it's invasion of privacy now.
Well, and see, it is, but it's not, because they're basically going to say, they're going to ask you, do you want this done? But then you have to pick.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
You either pick them or you pick a different outfit that don't use it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now. There's not a guy alive that wants anybody going through his search history.
No.
You know, like, there's going to be some guy out there who's going to be like, oh, my God, they're going to find out about my midget porn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And your eyes got really big, so maybe you're one of those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, okay, so what if, I mean, here's the thing. All the people that say they can protect our information,
Yeah.
like these cloud servers and, you know, your financial people and your phone people, in the last 10 years, how many of those companies have, we hear about it all the time, 360 million people's information put at risk?
Yeah. I call that they're basically like the nosy neighbor.
Well, it is. And, you know, my daughter had that happen to her.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was an insurance problem.
Yeah.
The insurance company got hacked. She lost her information. There was people trying to, you know, like buy stuff with her name and number. And what they said is, we're going to offer you this is what they said. We are going to offer you a free protection for a year.
Yeah.
And we're also going to give you the option of getting free schooling on how to fix credit problems. My daughter doesn't have any credit problems. Never missed a payment ever.
Right.
So you tell me, who needs the schooling? Is it the companies that have these data breaches? Do they need the schooling?
Yeah.
Or is it the people that get their identity stolen that need the schooling? And what it should have been was, we are going to do this for life.
Yes.
We're going to protect your information for life. We're going to protect you from any fraud for life. I don't know. That's just my thinking. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not. You're on the right track.
Okay, so Google comes out and, you know, they're basically saying they want to store all the conversations that you have on Google in Gemini. This is going to affect Android users big time. Yeah, this is a lot bigger deal than people think. It says the AI landscape is evolving rapidly, and legislators are slow to keep up with the ethical and legal ramifications of generative AI.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Here's one for you. This is an honest-to-God, hardworking man, hardworking wife, you know, blue-collar American family.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to put this in the right way, okay?
Right.
What man has not received, I'm talking even the Christian families, okay?
Yeah.
What man is having a rough week and his wife knows it and she sends him a Tata pic?
It happens quite often, I'm sure.
I would say, 90% of, you know, husband-wife couples?
Yeah.
Like, you know what, that brightens my day.
Right.
My wife, if she sends something like that, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It gives me that extra energy to, you know.
An extra kick for the week, yeah.
Right. It's, I don't know. I don't want AI having access to that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want other people to be able to see a pair of tatas that my wife sent me, you know.
Yeah, when it's her, especially when it's her tatas.
Exactly.
That's private. That's for you two.
See, they should have like a tata blocker.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If your wife sends you something, it should be able to go to a special file that nobody else can get into.
Whatever happened to the old privacy, having your own privacy?
Well, the Supreme Court ruled that Americans no longer have the expectation of the right to privacy because of the internet. So what do you think about that?
I feel like they're making an excuse for them to go ahead and look into all our stuff.
I think that they're fucking God. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
everything you said.
Yeah. It's just that.
It is.
So, hey, folks, if you got Google, it's happening. We will see what it is. We'll have to see what they consider AI relevant results.
Yeah.
That's a pretty wide scope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm still thinking about the chocolate-covered raisins.
I know.
You know what I mean?
It's still going through my mind, too.
Oh, it is what
just
it
a
is.
health kick.
That, and I mean, George Foreman passing away like an idol. You know what I mean? I shouldn't say idol. He wasn't an idol. He pushed very much against idols, just like a hero. I guess hero is a better way to put it.
Hero, one of our childhood heroes.
And it's because it's very hard when I see these guys that are supposedly a hero that are squeaky clean, that have never done anything wrong in their life.
Right.
I can't relate to that, man.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I don't believe anybody's perfect. You've done something wrong.
Everybody's messed up along the way.
Oh, George Foreman took ownership of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, like, one of the best people to point your kids to and say, look how this guy turned his life around.
He did it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
He's a great example.
All right. So for the last story of today.
Oh, boy.
We got to talk about this. And, I try not to get too political, but this isn't even political. This has now become societal.
Yeah.
Okay. And everybody in America, like, they're very mad at, or at least some of them, the ones with the loudest blowhorns are mad at Elon Musk. What do you say?
I think it's crazy.
Well, in Kansas City, we've had multiple Tesla dealerships, have damage against them. What do you call that? Criminal damage.
Criminal damage, yeah.
You see guys getting beat up that are driving Teslas. You see a bunch of them arsoned up, put on fire. I'm saying you find the people that do that and lock them up, throw away the key forever.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't really care what people think. That's what I say.
Yeah, because you're an arsonist now.
Right. And you've got these do-gooders out there that all of a sudden they love bureaucracy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The same people talking about all the dumb spending and the fraud and all that stuff. But now that he's in there and he's knocking out the fraud, they're angry.
Right. And here's my thing. If you love this country so much, why would you be out there tearing up American-made stuff?
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't. Thank you.
Yeah, and I don't care what political affiliation they have.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't really matter. That part don't matter.
Radicalism needs to die.
Yeah.
In America, right?
Right in its footsteps.
Well, look at this. This is on KY3 today here in Springfield. Nobody elected Musk. Kansas City protesters voice frustrations outside of a Tesla dealership in Kansas City. So, you know what? Nobody voted for Mr. Fauci either.
Yeah. I didn't vote for Fauci.
Most people don't vote for most of these people.
No.
As a matter of fact, can you name me one bureaucratic position that people vote for?
Zero.
Thank you very much. That's zero. We can say with 110,000% certainty that 0% of the bureaucracy is elected.
Yeah.
Now, some people say, well, you need Congress. You need Congress to investigate this. Okay, you morons. Let me, people are so fucking stupid sometimes.
Well, I got something to add to this, too, if you don't.
Well, I'm just going to add this. The reason that Congress can't do an investigation is because everything that the bureaucracy is doing, they're doing with money given to them by Congress. So it would be like this. It would be like a referee in a basketball game. Now, March Madness is going on, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you took that referee and said, we think you did something wrong, okay?
Yeah.
You backed out. You wrote him a letter and say, we want you to investigate yourself.
Right.
to tell us what you did wrong, how many of those refs are going to tell you, yeah, well, I did this and I did that? And
None of them are going to say a thing.
zero. So, and as a matter of fact, if you want to keep it non-political, you can't bring in anybody from the executive branch. The judicial branch doesn't have the power, or should they have the power,
Right.
to do audit work, right?
Yeah.
And I think that Doge is the perfect solution. It is the vaccination
Here's where
for the corruption.
Here's where everybody needs to look up their own information, and I looked this up myself over the weekend, and I can tell you this from a matter of fact. This is no lie.
This is a matter of fact story.
Yes.
Okay.
Factual.
So you're saying without saying.
Yeah, this is factual.
Oh, so you're saying.
Yeah, all I'm saying this is
Okay.
factual.
All right,
This
let's
is
go
news.
for it then.
All right. Hey, the Doge has already been around, okay? It's been around since Obama. You can look
Yes.
this up. The name was changed to Doge. That's the only difference. So you know what that means? Congress can't do a thing about it. The executive or judicial cannot do a thing about it because it's already etched in stone.
Yeah, if I remember right, there was some people that were scared that the CFPB were going to start taking money or moving money that they weren't supposed to. So the Doge-esque thing was started to audit the stuff going to the CFPB. Man, they're getting good facts here today, aren't they?
They are. Isn't it amazing?
It's pretty, over the weekend, maybe tomorrow we'll talk about it, but I watched a movie about the Joplin tornadoes.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that, but I watched another movie, okay? And it was about Chuck Norris
Really?
when he was a kid.
No kidding.
And it was so awesome. Did you know that when he was 13, him and his buddies were out and they were, just chopping it up like teenage boys do.
Chopping it up.
And they dared him to pee in a semi-truck tank. Did you know that? Yeah, well, so he did.
Wow.
You know what we call that semi today?
What's that?
Optimus Prime. It is what it is, folks.
Oh, man.
We love ya.
Love you guys. See you on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.